What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Nkunku's passing version. So we did get basically two different versions of the card, and to be honest, the Shun one looks very nice, and depending on how you want him, I feel like he was a solid purchase for either. But I think what for me really kicks in is the fact that you get a 19 plus increase on his passing. For me, I think that is very nice indeed. And if you did want him more as kind of like a striking player, let alone kind of like a box to box, you can go for obviously the passing and then just whack a hunter on him and still put him in cam with a very good shooting. Obviously, you could go with Catalyst as well, but I just think the passing version for me did stand out a little bit. And everybody's got their different choices with him, and that's the whole point of having this player pick. So it is very nice to see the comparisons. It'd be nice as well if we could get maybe a side-by-side comparison with maybe two accounts, so that potentially could be something in the future. We did obviously get that with Inaki Williams last year. I'm trying to think of any other examples. There was definitely a couple. I think it was Curtis Jones. I think he had a centre mid and a left mid, if I'm not mistaken. But again, another very nice card. That being said, looking at this card, we have got a 4-star, 3-star, which is very nice indeed. And I don't think the other version had anything different. No, it's exactly the same in terms of weak foot and skill move. Obviously, that would have a big effect if there was a difference there. He's coming in about 170,000 coins with 2 SBCs, an 85 and an 87, 1 inform required. So again, not necessarily terrible, especially with this market being so low. He is obviously right-footed. Finesse shot and outside of the foot are the two traits that we're looking for, which is very nice. No flare, unfortunately. We are back and still a little bit up and down with everything, so if the review is a little bit topsy-turvy, I'm getting better basically. That being said, 85 pace, 75 shooting, 93 passing, 89 dribbling, 77 defending, and 75 physical is what we can see on the base. And in terms of a few stats, if I can kind of just focus myself a little bit, we have got very good passing obviously on this version with the plus 19, and we have whacked more of an anchor on him to kind of make him more of a box to box if we can, which will give him 90 pace, 84 defending, and 82 physicals. We've got great agility balance on him, good composure, dribbling, ball control and reactions all looking high as well, and we have got decent stamina. So to be honest, the card looks solid. He's always been one that's managed to get a few different versions. We will have a look later on, but we obviously got 2 team of the seasons back to back, and then he's only been on FIFA since FIFA 18, which is crazy to say. 97, so he's what, 23? Yeah, 23 years old. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's see what Nkunku can do in game and hopefully get some bangers with him. Nkunku with a great interception, just falls nicely for Aubameyang there, but unfortunately doesn't manage to do anything else. We have, again, he's looking a little bit taller than what we thought. We're going to find him here again. Lovely little sprint from him. Does manage to get past him. Going to look on the inside. He's gone too early with the tackle. Keep going. And the inside, a little bit closer there. Nkunku's going to find himself on the ball, looking for that option if he can. He's going to keep sprinting round. Little spins here, there, and everywhere. Always works well when you're kind of that attacking midfielder. Going to try and just beat everybody here. Little spin. No, we win the free kick. Good start from him. What are we looking at free kicks for him? 80, 87, 93. It's not terrible, to be honest. How far are we out? 28. I don't feel like he's going to have the option, so we are going to have to pass it on this time. But nice to know, maybe kind of closer to the field, we might actually find something from him. And Nkunku always seeming like he can get on the ball. Doesn't manage to get anywhere further with that one, but most definitely is a very nice option pulling forward, which again always helps with these sorts of players in the mid. You always want somebody who's going to be able to just be almost available most times, and we can see him just constantly pushing forward. We have a great little interception there from Politano, who he does take the ball off, looking for a little bit of a spin, a little bit of a break going through the middle. Oh, nearly. Again, the one thing that you want to be looking for with him is obviously that passing. He's going to have a lovely ball into Coman, who I think not quite going to beat Alfonso there, unfortunately. Nkunku's going to finish it off there nicely. I feel like this guy is completed. And again, we latch on that shot. It looks like this guy is fully done. Can we finish off with a Diaby? No, unfortunately we can't. Unless we can go in, get the finesse. Oh, nearly. Finding Nkunku in. He's going to look for that Coman ball, and this is where his passing will pay off. It's a great little ball in. Coman's going to dink it in. It's going to be a boicey from Mbappe. And again, Nkunku there, that's where the passing really, really nails down for me. And I think that is almost worth what you're kind of giving up with the 10 shooting. And Nkunku's going to hold off Mbappe like he's absolutely nothing. Look for that 1-2 down the line. Solid as always. Going to just nick a little pass over the top. Nothing too special with that one. Obviously, that one is quite an easy one to do. Oh, good interception from him. Going to try and find him back here. Can we go back onto his right? Heel to heel. Little one in. And unfortunately, it's a great save from Handanovic. Nkunku is going to look for that Coman run once more. Make a little ball over the top. I think he might have been offside by that point, though. Great clearance from Nkunku nearly. Going to look for the little dribble around the defenders. Always quite nicely. He's going to see a bit of pace. Again, he's going to look for that ball across, as we know that he has got the passing, so we know he's going to hit it right, which is pretty much bang on the money. You can't argue with that one. And Nkunku with a little drop into Aubameyang, back to Nkunku. He's going to come back once more, finds it across, but it's going to be tackled before he manages to make that break. Finding a bit of Nkunku again. He's got Mbappe chasing till he manages to find something. Little reverse turn, a little bit through the back, I'd say, in terms of tackle there. But we are still maintaining Lukaku. Not going to be able to just run through like that. It's just not happening. Find a little 1-2 there. And Nkunku back on it. Nobody really making any runs for him, which is making it twice as hard for him there. Really needs somebody just to be able to make that sprint, as obviously that's where the passing really would go for. Maybe a little 1-2 before kind of running with him. Just with someone like Coman or Diaby who's there would actually be a nice little option, because then he can ping the pass over the top. There is absolutely no problem with that. Great interception. He's going to ping the pass for Diaby straight away. Lovely connection from the Bundesliga French lads. Diaby's going to get, who's that? Pepe's outrunning him. That's an interesting one. I think 96 pace compared to 80 is a little bit of a change. Into Nkunku. Little dink over. Passing is absolutely exquisite from him every single time. Pizzi's going to get out overrun there though. Nkunku deals with it. Finesse and Lloris. Lovely, lovely save. Nkunku seeing it out. We need a run from Diaby here. Let's give it a test. There we see him. Big ball in. That's a little bit overcooked there. Probably his worst pass so far, which I think 1 out of X amount is not actually terrible from him. And Nkunku winning it back. It's only fair we give him a little run out here. The strength's not going to be enough, unfortunately, and the defender does manage to prevail with the ball at this point. And Nkunku bringing it forward. It's going to find Diaby in. It's a lovely little delicious ball. Goes for the chip across keeper, and the two have absolutely stunned this guy. So going into Nkunku's overall then, so as we can see, the SBC coming in at about 170, give or take. Both SBCs, an 85, 60 chem, 1 in form, and a Bundesliga should be pretty simple. We know that Team of the Weeks are very, very cheap at the moment, as well as the 87s, 1 French player, 55 chem should be an absolute doddle. Again, when we look at this, nothing's really changed. 86 is maybe up from 6.9 to 7.8, but I just don't think they're dropping enough to say that these SBCs are going to be expensive. When you can see that Bruno is now 27k, has taken absolute battering on his price, which is just incredible. We've seen De Jong go down to 42k. He was literally 80, I think it was about 80k like 2 days ago. Incredible to see, just absolutely nuts to see this market so low once more, which is just nuts. So it will make SBCs a little bit cheaper, but again, when it comes to packing players, you're not really going to find loads that are very, very expensive, bar from the top ones. In terms of the two differences then, so the main differences we've got is a plus 10 on his shooting, 19 loss on his passing for the other version, and this one obviously has a minus 10 on his shooting, but a plus 19 on his passing. And with the game being very, very heavily revolved around passing at the moment, I feel like it was right to get this passing one. We obviously whacked, what did we whack, an anchor, was it? We whacked an anchor on him because we wanted more box to box. I'm quite happy with him to take a little bit of a downgrade on his shooting. and leave that to kind of the front three, and he just absolutely pings balls left, right and centre, which we saw him do absolutely exquisitely. He's already got the dribbling, his passing is now just next level. Shooting wise, again, you could always go for a Hunter or go for something like that and keep him as a 90 rated cam. I think that is absolutely phenomenal. Whereas if we go the other way around and we go with, say, a Catalyst, even though he's already got the shooting, you can see an 86 cam. That for me doesn't scream anything amazing. So for me, I think the passing one is definitely the one to go for. You will choose different options. Maybe you don't necessarily need the passing as much. You want him purely as a shooter. That is always possible. I've personally gone with the passing as I feel like that will help my personal three in the midfield and really kind of put a number on people. He is obviously 5'10", so he's definitely not the shortest player on the pitch by far, and he definitely brings in that kind of box-to-box vibe with that anchor. Gets his defending up to 84, also gets the 82 physical, and still gets the nice boost up to a 90 pace. I think for me, you've got an absolute wonderful card here. We've used his team of the season here, which I think was in League SBCs, and then obviously he had a team of the season just naturally in last year's, and again, no different. We've had an inform already that I think we've already done a review on, which was quite a nice card, and then now we've got an 86, so we'll be interested to see if he does get another inform. Will he slot into an 85, or will we get an 86 again? It's an interesting one to see with these promos. Normally we do tend to get an 85 or an 86 in the second inform, as obviously these are increased stats just for the promo. His next card won't necessarily have 93 passing or 85 shooting. It will follow suit with the inform and go up accordingly. But obviously at that point we're okay with this card. I think it's a nice little addition again to the French special team, but also to the Bundesliga. I think most definitely we are getting a lovely Bundesliga French side. We already had Diaby that we saw, as well as then having a few other players like Dembele in the French side that we can get, and I think we've got Upamecano, Mukiele, some very, very nice players coming through already, and we're barely into I think we've just passed the first month really, so we've got plenty of exciting times ahead. I think Nkunku for 170, if you've got the fodder, is worth it. I personally would choose the passing. I'm interested, passing or shooting down below. I'm going to personally give him an 8.5. Let me know what you think down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.